man, take me by the hand, lead me to the land that you understand. Ocean man, the voyage to the corner of the globe is a real trip. Ocean man, the crust of a tan man, by the sand, soaking up the thirst of the land.
Hello everyone, it's me, your host, Rocky. Today we're gonna be talking to some people, like people do. Here we have our co-host. Say hello, co-host.
Yo.
Nice.
Yeah.
Then we have our special guest for today, CJthedog. How you doing, CJ?
Hold on, I'm eating chips. I'm sorry, I'm here.
Nice. Okay. All right. So we can get started. I'll have my co-host start off here because I'm a polite person. Yeah.
So, give us the first topic, Salanti.
Okay, yeah, I wasn't ready for this, so we're just gonna go with the number one topic of the evening. How much of a meme rank is Diamond?
Pretty big meme. Pretty big meme.
See, like, it's astounding to me how varying the game is when you look at, like, the higher ranks, like Masters and Grandmasters, and then you look at, like, Gold to Diamond.
There's no difference.
No, there's a pretty big difference.
There's a pretty big difference between Gold to Diamond, but, I mean, like...
You don't notice it when you're climbing.
No. That's kind of, like, where I'm trying to get at here. I mean, you know...
Silver and Bronze are very
2 months
similar
ago.
to Masters and Grandmaster. Very similar.
Bronze to Masters? Yeah, I mean, you're basically Bronze, so, yeah.
Oh, we have some toxicity on the podcast. Alright. So, CJ, I feel like you should probably, like, introduce yourself, talk about yourself,
Introduce myself.
your career.
Hello. Clearly, no one in your stream knows me, but, I'm a real ladies' man. I've got plenty of e-grills already. And I'm an Overwatch boy, alright? I play for the Team 4 side with Rocky, in which I carry most of the team. I play main support. So at the current time of recording this, main support is just Mercy, because if you don't have Mercy, you're throwing. But I like Grandma. I like Ana a lot. I'm currently 3,400 in SR. And I got that Twitch, CJthedog, because CJthedog was taken. So I'm like, all right, I'll just do this. And I stream a variety of things. Probably the one I'm most famous for is my art. I do commissions as well. Not very cheap, but I think you'll find that your money is worth it. And that's me introduced. That's me finished. If you catch my drift, wink.
Nice. So one of the things I wanted to talk to you about today is Mercy. As you mentioned, it's kind of a must pick right now. And you're one of the people that's forced to play her, so...
Alright, let's talk about Mercy, alright? We're gonna talk about the hero Mercy, okay? So Overwatch, the team, they decided, alright, Mercy, even though she's not played at high ranks, I guess people complained about her in lower ranks because, like, they'd use all of their ults for some reason, because they don't know how to handle ult economy. And then Mercy will fly in and res them. And so they're like, alright, let's get rid of that. Which, in a sense, I guess is kind of understandable if you use a grav and another ult. That's kind of annoying. So whatever. So they said, let's not make her so reliant on her ult. So what they decided to do was they decided to take away this ult that she's so reliant on and give her a different ult that she's so reliant on. As you can tell, the Overwatch team is very good at balancing. So now... You've got this ability that's Resurrect. 30 seconds, and it's insta-res. So after a while, they're like, hey, maybe we shouldn't do that, especially considering when you hit ult, it refreshes, so you can get, like, 4 ults in 1 res, or in 1 Valk. So let's maybe change that. So then they changed it, and she's not as good as a spot, but she still must pick, because Valk is too good. You get 2 reses that are instant, or 1 res that's instant. Either way, it's still pretty good. And then you get an AoE beam that hits everyone. So you can either use Orisa Bongo, or you can heal everyone with the Mercy Beam. You give her one or the other, Blizzard. One or the other. Choose one. I know it's hard. I know people will complain. They'll scream at you. They're gonna do it. But just do it, honestly. Alright? Janal, I understand you probably you can't play anything other than Mercy. But but they gotta change it. It's gotta go. Honestly, at this point, I've said it before and I'll say it again. Just at this point, toss out the res ability altogether. They're like, oh, it's an integral part of Mercy.
Definitely.
No one cares anymore. Throw it out.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I agree with that. You know, as someone who's basically a pro player at this point,
Yes.
it's
Yeah.
it really hurts to have an ability like this in the game. You know, I sit there, I'm playing the Widowmaker, right? I carefully aim a shot at the enemy Widowmaker and I shoot her, all right, and she dies. And you know what happens?
Yeah.
She gets resurrected, and it really hurts. And it doesn't give me a sense of pride and accomplishment, Blizzard. Okay, it doesn't. It doesn't do that for me.
Kind of an interesting thing to say. I have a friend who's very big into CS:GO. He's a global elite, and he plays the Opper. If you don't know what the Opper is, it's
Nice.
the epitome of a point-and-click adventure game for snipers. And we hopped into a quick play one time, and because he does not enjoy Overwatch that much, but we kind of forced him to. And he was getting picks left and right, but you know what? They had a Mercy, so he literally after about 10 minutes, he's like, I'm kind of done, guys. I'll get a pick, and it's just there's nothing worth it. Like it feels so useless to play. So they're literally making a bunch of heroes worthless, because like you could say well Widow can hold the spot where she gets the kill, which is true, but like. If you kill someone and their corpse falls, or like it's near cover, well, you're out of luck, mate.
Yeah, definitely. And I just want to remind everyone listening to the podcast, if you're interested in asking a question, you can do !podcast in the chat, and you can join the server, go into the lobby channel, and we'll pull you in when we're answering questions.
It's true.
So.
Everyone's allowed except for gamer girls. If you are a gamer girl, you're gonna have to change genders really quick for that.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean.
Just identify it as something else.
Yeah, that's yeah.
All right.
Did I make this
how-
podcast too edgy?
Yeah, a little. Yeah, let's just let anyone ask questions. That seems so much easier.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, honestly.
Except Nazis. I don't want Nazis.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? Like, I kind of agree with that. But this is an Overwatch podcast, so like, let's not get all alt-right here. You know. Well, let's just stick to the Overwatch. But I mean, coming back to what you were saying about Mercy, I mean, like. Sure, it sucks when other players, you know, do something epic and then Mercy can just like undo like maybe a player's mistake or a player's like epic skill by just rezzing somebody. But I mean, imagine how much of a potato character Mercy would be without such a high impact mechanic.
And that's why they like need to just redo her character. That like, I understand that in a sense, but at this point, she's just the medic from TF2, and the reason the medic works is he doesn't rely on his. Did you guys play TF2?
Yeah, a lot of
Okay.
TF2 actually. Vanilla only though. I never played on PC.
Yeah, I played. Wait, really? You played on console?
Yeah, man. I was like insane on console. People would queue into me and be like, "Oh no, it's this guy again." Shit.
So I played on the
Nice.
PC, right? And the big thing about medic was, did you play TF2, Rocky?
A little bit, yeah.
So you know he has the Uber charge, right? And that just
Yeah.
makes the medic and whoever he's healing invulnerable. And like the thing is, yeah, that was really big, but he didn't rely on that. Like he had heals, and that was his one job. So honestly, just give Mercy something else. Give Mercy the Uber charge. Make her and whoever she's healing invulnerable. They can still get knocked around though.
I mean, yeah.
Give her
but
that.
Like that kind of like does sort of like maybe take a step too much towards making her almost exactly the medic from TF2. I mean, at that point, why not just give her a bone saw and like?
I'd be so happy if they did it. Just like straight up, just like imported a skin, just like a GIF of the medic from TF2. That's her.
Yeah, you know what?
I don't know.
I wouldn't. I mean, I agree that like res is kind of, it's definitely a mechanic that hurts. I mean, it especially hurts the ego when you're like doing something actually incredible and then it literally gets undone instantaneously. But
Yeah.
That's why I play Mercy.
Well, I play Mercy too because she's needed. Like that's the thing. Like I'll play if the game gets to a point where like, oh, you play 6 DPS and I'm still on a team, I will start learning DPS immediately.
If that's the meta, you'd become a Widowmaker main, because
Yes.
like I don't know, like today your Widowmaker was kind of on point.
I play for that team though, right? You got.
I think Forside needs to take Rocky off of Widow and like put him on Ana and like put you on Widow and
Don't put him on Ana, put him on Mercy. Ana's actually fun. And that brings me into the next thing of doggies.
Yeah.
I was gonna say the main reason I don't like the whole res mechanic too is that it doesn't take skill. Like with Ana, right?
It really doesn't.
Like you can say, oh, sleep is like, oh, I get hit by sleep and then it feels so bad. But
Takes a
you
lot of
can
skill.
it takes a lot of skill to hit crazy sleeps and you gotta know when. And there's a lot of punishment for using it. Like 12 seconds doesn't sound too much, but if she uses sleep and then you dive her, she has her grenade to help her, and that's it.
Yeah, that's definitely understandable. I mean, most of the other supports, I mean, actually pretty much all of the other supports, even Moira, who I mean has a pretty basic like skill set when it comes to like her kit. I mean, most of them are more difficult as in terms of just their skill floor than Mercy. Mercy is probably like the easiest pick up and go character in Overwatch. Like if you're just buying the game and like you're trying to flip through the characters and see which one you're going to be able to learn faster. I mean, like I'm sure that newer players, even though, I say that, but like a lot of newer players seem to gravitate towards playing DPS, which usually doesn't go so well. But I mean, like generally, like, if you wanted to pick the easiest character to learn, it probably would be Mercy. Yeah,
like DPS, because that's the whole problem with Overwatch is DPS is typically more fun than playing tank or support. I like playing support because it kind of gives me that whole feeling of, oh, I'm helping the team, right? But DPS is because the main reason too is that instead of a big skull and crossbones appearing on your screen when you get a kill and a little like ding kind of thing, you don't hear like, wow, you saved your teammate. Wow, look at you shot your teammate with a healing beam and now you're saving them. Like it's just it's like because that's how you tilt fights. It's like, oh, my teammate's about to die. Let me just shoot him with an Ana bolt here. All right, you just turn the team fight. Now your team fight's gonna win, even though you don't know it at the time. That's like the difference between winning and losing. Is you just literally saved your teammate. Now you won the team fight.
I mean, like at the end of the game, there's always that sense of accomplishment when you can look down after you finish like a 3-map Koth on like competitive, and you're like, oh well, I did 24,000 healing. That's pretty sick. But during the game, there really is no like reward for playing a support hero, same as a tank hero. And I know a lot of players right now have been complaining about, I've read on Reddit at least, that players who play tanks or players who play DPS have been noticing at higher elos like a lack of tank players in their game. And I mean, a lot of the reason is because like if you can play that DPS hero and like get that constant like gratification throughout the game of just being like, oh man, I just got like a 3k, like sweet, okay, like team fight won, like it's more rewarding to play the game that way than to put up a shield as Reinhardt or heal like 4,000 damage in a team fight as like Mercy.
I personally enjoy playing main tanks, and I see a lot of tank mains in Masters actually, like a good amount. I don't think there's like a disparity between the amount of players. There's like a bit more DPS in Masters, but that's about it. Honestly, like,
I think tanks are more fun than supports, just from an objective standpoint, because tanks can still do damage. Like that's what makes them tanks. Is like, even though they don't do too much, they have to have something to like make players kind of gravitate. Give them space. Because like if you gave Reinhardt only a shield, like now players can just walk up to Reinhardt and do whatever. Yeah. But when you give him that hammer that deals, is it 75 at this point?
Yeah, 75 damage, 100 for Fire Strike, I think.
Yeah. When you give him something like that, it's like, yeah, it's not as bad as like, like getting in the face of a hog, but that's still pretty scary, especially as like a 200 HP hero with not a lot of mobility. Like he can really smack you around.
And the knockback on it too kind of helps because sometimes it'll just stun a hero long enough to just make you be able to get that second hit, and then suddenly Tracer's dead,
And also it's very gratifying. They did a pretty good job on the animation and the sounds. When you hit a player, the hammer kind of slows down a little bit. You can really like feel the hammer, and I feel like with melee as well. Like when you melee, it just like goes through Pugil. There's no real like
I mean, like a good player can tell when their melee landed, but a player who's like not 100% like
Well, yeah.
on doing
like I
those
can tell when my
things-
melee lands because I see the little hit thing, but like it's not like as big as a whole like registering in the player's head than like Reinhardt. You don't even have to be like looking at your screen to know like, oh, I hit someone with my Reinhardt hammer, but it's a little bit harder when like you punch someone as Ana. Because it's just a little like kind of thing on the screen that just goes tick.
No, 100%. I mean,
Yeah.
like, there's a lot of talk about like how to fix, players mostly wanting to gravitate towards DPS. Some of the things that I've heard come up were like role select, or even adding to like the kill feed when your shield actually stops a shitload of damage, like a Roadhog ult, or like
Yeah.
when the healing you do actually saves an ally.
I feel like
I don't think it's needed. Honestly, I think there's a lot of players that play all the different roles. I enjoy playing all the different roles besides Mercy, and I think I don't think they need to do a lot. There's more DPS.
That's a guarantee. There's more DPS than anything else, but I mean, at a very minimum, I can say that like at least a third of the DPS population are comfortable with flexing to like offer main tanks or like some support heroes, and that's kind of like those people are like the saving grace for the community right now. But just earlier, I mean, like sure we won that game, but like how disparaging was it when we queued into a match with 5 support mains? Like I was pretty sure we lost.
Yeah, like, and another thing that happens, Maramber's in the chat, by the way. Welcome, Maramber. The picture is, in fact, my full avatar. So, because I'm the special guest here today.
Yeah, that'll change eventually.
Well, I mean, I'll be the host eventually. I'll be the only host. This will be my podcast.
Is this a hostile takeover?
No.
Oh, it's a non-hostile takeover.
It's like when Disney, buys like Fox, right? It's like I'll just kind of merge with you, and people will forget soon enough that like, oh, this was like originally Rocky and Sav's podcast.
That feels bad.
I think I think we should move away from balance for a little bit and talk about some more less serious topics. One of the things people enjoy is drama, and I wanted to ask you, how's your relationship with Janal? How's that going for you?
My relationship with Janal. Let's talk about this. All right. Now I got myself an e-girl, name's Janal. Okay, you might know her. She's in the chat, in fact. Now Janal, I've been doing a little bit of a portrait. I'm gonna give it to her as a gift. No leaks, please. Janal, she typically comes up for my art streams. We usually paint a little bit. She usually berates me. But deep down, I know she's my e-grill. Basically, I think our relationship is very healthy. Right now, I think it's way healthier than what the relationship was between Janal and Rocky. I mean, if Janal wants to still be with Rocky, I mean, we can do like a whole like love triangle thing. I'll be alright with that, but like I need to be in there, right?
What the hell?
Okay, listen. All right.
Yeah.
I just wanted to say that I really applaud you for this relationship. Like I feel
Thank you.
I just wanted to congratulate you on all the things you've accomplished, including getting Janal as your e-girl.
Thank you.
So, yeah.
Can I explain something quick? When you use exclamation podcast like this, there'll be a little link that says join the server. Click that link. It'll bring you to a Discord thing. You'll be put into the general lobby. And then we will pull you in when we're ready. So you get to be on the podcast. You get to directly talk with us.
It's like Coast to Coast AM without the aliens.
Yeah, it's like Space Coast to Coast, right?
Nobody's actually joined the lobby, so like, guys, if you're watching this podcast, you need to join the lobby channel, and you need to like.
I mean,
get
you don't
any
have
questions.
to. Also, by the way, since no one was here for the intro, go to my Twitch and follow. because I'm gonna stream after this. It's CJthedog. My streams are far more entertaining than Rocky's. I do art streams. And
we win games. We win games.
yeah, me and Sav, I carry people, so that's good to hear. I usually carry Rocky in our game. It looks like we have ourselves a Mirember. You want to pull him in?
Yeah, you know what? I think we should like break it up by pulling him in. So, hello.
Here he is.
Hello, sir. How's it going?
Welcome to the
who
podcast.
pulled you in?
You're live.
He's muted. You gotta give him the guest role.
Hold on.
Oh yeah, you got to give him the guest
No.
role.
I don't think I should have to do that, right? If I just pull him in and he's like, no, he's
Oh,
muted
he
himself.
muted himself.
Yeah.
Oh, he muted himself. He just wanted to get the guest role. Dude, clever girl.
Hey,
I'm sorry.
get in
There
here.
we go.
Here he is.
What's going on?
What's
welcome,
going on,
member.
my dude?
Some technical difficulties is what's going on.
Remember, he had some questions for probably
Don't
me.
give him the
'cause I'm
guest
more
role. What are you doing, man?
I'm the more entertaining person on the podcast, so you probably had questions for me. Go ahead and shoot them at me.
Our first question is, why do you have this dog as your profile picture?
Because
Uh,
CJ, he's the special guest for tonight.
But are you asking me directly, like why I chose this?
Yes, he is.
Because it's funny. I like the dog's reaction when the frisbee's about to just smack him right in the face.
That's so
Is
fucked up.
that is kind of animal cruelty on a certain level, you know?
I mean, they didn't mean to throw it. I like it was a Reddit post, right? They're like, "Hey, look, I was throwing a frisbee to my dog, and then he looked away to try and dodge it, and then he got smacked. And I took the picture."
Okay.
This is your dog?
No, this is I do have a dog, and I used to have a profile picture of her had a bone in her mouth, looked like she was smoking a blunt. Perfect picture. I lost it though. I don't know where it is. It's gone.
It's unlucky.
All right.
You got
If
any
you
more
have-
questions for us?
Are you sure? Like,
Alright, we're
I
gonna
feel
throw you
like
in the
you have
lobby,
some valuable
If
questions.
you have
Wait,
any more
wait, wait.
questions, you can let me know. See you in the Nexus.
One more question.
Okay.
One more
okay,
question.
Okay. Fine.
All right, bro. Why are gold players trash?
I wouldn't say gold players are trash. The main thing that separates gold players to plat and usually
Diamond.
above.
Oh, you can
It's,
include Diamond in this now. We've
Yeah, we can include diamond.
established the memery.
So what were you saying?
Okay. So
That was rude.
so anyways, I think it's not like one or the other, but it's like a 50-50 mix of game sense and aim. If you play healer, it's mainly game sense. You got to really know what heroes do what, when you should switch, what your team comp should be, because even you don't need a 2-2-2 every time you play. You just need the right heroes who can do the role, right? Like on certain maps like Hanamura, you can run one tank and then Mei, and Mei can basically be like your second tank with her wall, and then you can let the shields regen. Mei drops the wall or separates people, and then obviously you just got to work on aim if you're playing DPS like Tracer or something. Otherwise, I think that's about it. Usually you can pull yourself out of gold pretty easily if you just practice enough. Don't worry about rank.
Yeah.
Styloza once said rank doesn't matter, so
He's not wrong.
I mean,
You guys have a horrible guest. I hate you guys.
I'm sorry. Bye-bye, Mirember. He'll be back on my stream.
yeah.
Okay, we got two more guests.
Okay,
here.
yeah, so we're not gonna pull in anyone else yet. If you're in the lobby, you're gonna have to wait a little bit. We're gonna talk about some. We're gonna have to talk about some topics. All right, so moving on. Can you tell me about your career as an artist?
My career as an artist. I stream on Twitch TV. I use MS Paint. I'm an old school person. I think people say MS Paint sucks, awful program. I say you don't know how to use it. You suck. Get out of my house. What are you here for? I'm calling the police. And I think I usually do Overwatch portraits. I do portraits of other people. I have a very unique style. And I think I've evolved as an artist over time. And I think I don't mean to toot my own horn, but I mean, I get calls every day from people. They're like, "Please, I need you to draw this for me." And it's like, I'm sorry, I've got a high fee, right? It sucks to turn down people who can't pay the the fee for art, but I get so many requests, guys. At this point, I can't do them for free anymore. Right? It just happens.
So what's
We
the
have an
best
example.
piece of work?
We have an example
yeah.
of his art on the stream right
Rocky will bring up an example of some of his art, but I want to know what, in your mind, your best piece of work is.
Alright.
Personally, I'd say my best piece of work so far is gonna be my Lucio drawing. I have a work in progress coming on. I don't know if you have that work in progress. You're allowed to show it if you want, but if you don't feel too obliged. This is my Widowmaker, by the way. It's kind of a rough sketch, but I was really happy with it. I think it came out pretty well.
to call it abstract. You know, like if you call it abstract, then it's real art.
I don't think it's abstract. I think it's just got a certain specific art style to it, right? That's what I'd say.
Yeah.
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 It's not the most realistic, but I think I've been getting more realistic over time.
Alright, you know what? I completely agree with that. Honestly, like, this is some really amazing art that a lot of people won't be able to appreciate.
Thank you.
In fact, we're putting up his Lucio drawing on the stream. This is a work in progress, people.
Yeah, so don't expect too much, alright? No toxicity, please. I'm very suicidal. There it is. I want to enlarge that a little bit. There you go.
It's getting there, you know, like you can definitely see the resemblance,
You can
especially
definitely see the resemblance.
the shape of his face. I have to admit, like your helmetry, like on the Lucio here,
Thank you.
It's a new level here for you. And
Yeah, definitely. We can see some of his art here. You can
yeah.
you can see
It's
the
a-
difference. It's pretty great. You can see how it's evolved. It's pretty great. It's pretty great.
it's actually yeah, you can't.
Yeah, I've really evolved as an artist.
All right. So anyway.
So, do we want to pull in a guest? We've got
Yeah.
Condiment Man and Janal.
All right,
let's
pull
pull in
Condiment
one of them.
Man. Hello.
Yeah, Condiment Man was here first.
Well,
Condiment Man,
G'day.
welcome to the show here.
you're live on the
Alright, sorry.
podcast.
I'm in the middle of a quick play match, just trying to.
All right, we're gonna pull you out.
All right, let's bring the next one. That's
All right.
Janal.
All right. Hello, Janal.
Welcome, Janal. You're live on the podcast.
Alright, cool.
You're
Hi.
a little bit quiet.
All right, don't worry.
Uh,
I'll turn her up. Here we go.
Okay, hey, let me turn myself.
Hey, we're good. All right.
We're good.
Are we good now?
Yeah.
I
We're
think we're
okay.
good.
Alright, cool.
All right. So, I want to. Do you have any questions for our special guest here, CJ the dog?
Yeah, my question for you, CJ the dog, is in a cage match between you and Rocky, like fist to fist, who do you think would win?
What time is it?
I think the cage would win.
Well, here's the thing, right? Are we fighting to the death?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, because I can be pretty dirty in a fight, right? And how big is the cage?
I don't know. Let's
Well,
see.
That's vital
like
information.
A standard, WWE cage match ring.
Okay,
I don't know how
yeah.
big it
One of
is,
those.
but- Yeah, one of those.
I'd say there wouldn't be room for me to kind of run around and exhaust him. But here's the thing. I think what's gonna separate the fight here and what's gonna decide the winner is gonna be who gets the first bite. Because we're fighting dirty, right? So bites are in the thing. And if you get one good bite in, that's gonna make your target flinch. It's gonna make them very hard for them to react and strike you back, and then you can get another bite in, and you just stun lock them, right? If I can get him from there, I can basically work my way up. Like I get him in the leg, he goes, "Oh, dude, I'm bad," and then you work your way up the leg, and then I eventually get to the throat, and you bite into the throat. Once you do that, the fight's over. So whoever gets the first bite, I think is going to decide it.
That's very Yeah, you show a lot of expertise in that area with that
Yeah,
answer.
well-
That was pretty well thought out, CJ. Thank you. Just showing how much of a legend you really are, man.
Yeah,
so
well, I
Janal,
am quite a legend.
You have any other questions for our boy?
No, we're
All right, we'll
good.
see
I
you
think
later.
we're
We'll
good.
see you later. So
Get out of here.
so moving on, we have
Yeah.
I just wanted to remind everyone, you can join the server with !podcast in the chat. You can join that server, go into the lobby voice channel, and we'll pull you in.
We'll pull you in.
We'll
We'll
pull
pull
you
you
in.
into the Nexus.
Yeah. So, moving on. Do we have any other questions that we want to bring up, my co-host friend?
No, you know what? Like realistically, I kind of want to talk about the PTR patch, but that can wait.
I think we can talk about the PTR patch. I haven't really heard of it.
Let's move on. I think we should move on for now. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
All right. So, let's talk about.
The PTR patch? Yeah, let's talk about that. So
No. I want to talk about your experience playing in a tournament. I heard that your team Foreside was recently in a tournament. I want to get your thoughts on that.
yeah, my team Foreside, also known as 5 people carry 1 DPS main called Rocky. We recently competed in a tournament. Now our team is about a 3.4 KSR. However, Siloza once said rank doesn't matter. So we do often play against masters to like high master players. And we usually are able to win those fights. We were playing against grandmasters a couple of days ago. I wasn't there for the full match. They also had a top 500 Mercy main, one trick, so that was nice. And we managed to get a better time than them on attack on the Australian map. What's it called? Junkertown?
Yes, it is. Town.
Yeah, I did have to get going after that. I don't know how well we did after that. We had to get a sub in. So we probably lost because of that, because I wasn't there to carry. But yeah, recently we competed in Academy Gaming's tournament. Academy Gaming for very high tier, but anyone's allowed. We played against a very high tier Grandmaster team. I think all of them have at least been top 500 at one point. On the first map, it was Lijiang Tower. We managed to get it 99 to 99. Then the last one, they 100-0'd us. I think we had a little bit of nerves because of how big they were on, rank. And I think if we just improve some of our ult economy, I think we can win games pretty easily that way.
Definitely. I was actually present for that match, and I just really agree with everything you just said.
What? Okay, I observed this match, and I'm just curious, what are your plans to reduce feeding?
Me personally,
to kick Rocky from
Yeah.
Okay. So one of the things I'm working on is not going to the right way to try to flank when a tracer is attacking my supports. It's usually a good idea to flashbang and headshot her so she's out of the fight, but what I decided to do was go to the right to get flank and carry my team, and it didn't work out. So that's one of the things I'll be working on. And you'll see my next matches, there'll be some improvement there because I've been training really hard, and yeah, there should be some improvement. You can expect.
What's your comp record right now? We can tell you're training really hard. What's your
Yeah.
comp record?
My comp record currently is 10-0. I've been training really hard. I've won 10 games without losing a single one. And I'm training really hard, and it's
How much SR are you away from Grandmaster now?
I'm currently 120 SR away from Grandmaster, which means 4 to 6 games. I had a mathematical genius friend of mine tell me. So yeah.
Good to hear.
Yeah.
If I can
we
beat
wanna try-
Diamond, you can beat GM.
It's true. If you
literally
can
true.
if you can be GM, I can be the #1 player in the world. So look at that way.
What a memer CJ is.
Do we want to try and bring in?
Anyway, so
Season 8 top 500 Mercy main.
all right. Hello, CJ. Do you want to try and bring in Condiment Man? You think he's ready? All right, let's ask him.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
What condiment, man?
Are you ready?
G'day.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
All right. You have any
You're ready for
questions for
this.
our guest here?
Not really.
All right.
I-
You know
I-
what, kid? All right. I gave you a chance.
okay.
No, let him be, let him be, let him be.
I dragged
Hold
you
up,
into
chill,
the channel. And you know what you
chill.
do? You don't give me a question. So you know what you're gonna do now? You're gonna
This
go
is
back
chill
to the lobby.
stream.
Like, get out of my stream.
Yeah,
Okay?
I'm gonna bring him
Okay,
back
hold
and
All right, listen.
We're gonna
You better have a question now because you don't have a question now. I'm gonna do
Well,
that
you
again.
just gave me
He-
2 seconds. Let
He's
me-
got a
Okay.
question for all of us. What's your
I don't
question,
have a
Colin?
question.
All right. What is the question
Come
for
on,
all of
let me-
us? We're all gonna answer in a row. All right. So I want you to.
I
give
don't
the
have a question yet.
Well, then why did you join the
when
channel?
When you have a question, join the channel. All right.
You-
Alright, jeez.
Join the
Gee.
lobby channel when you have a question.
This is
All
why. This is why the queen abandoned you. All right.
Leave the channel until you have a question, my doggy. Okay, it's not that hard. You gotta leave this channel and then come back. All right. Anyway, we're back.
All right.
All right.
We're back.
This is a professional stream.
So,
Yeah.
do we have any other topics to discuss besides the PTR patch?
Well, Juno said, I can't believe CJ will Vor Rocky in a cage match. And can we talk about Vor?
Yes, let's go for that. That sounds like an excellent topic. Let's go.
So let me look up a little bit of Vor just so I have something on reference. Okay.
The
So
edge
right now,
is real.
the first image that came up was like that goat lady from Undertale eating the main character from Undertale. And I think that was pretty neat. But if you don't know what Vor is the fetish of getting eaten by another person, right? So what do you guys all think of Vor? Savan?
I think we should stop talking about it.
All right. Let's move on. One of the hot topics in the community right now is one tricking. So I wanted to get everyone's thoughts, specifically CJ, on one tricking. Yeah.
Oh yeah, so one trick myself with Mercy. Just kidding, I hate her and I play Ana whenever I have the chances someone else plays Mercy. One tricking's kind of a problem, but at the same time I don't think Blizzard was in the right to ban the Torbjorn one trick. And in a sense you could say, oh, but they weren't cooperating. Yeah, but the difference is like if you had yourself a team of like if he would have been playing tank or like something like that instead, and their team was like, dude, switch to DPS, we're running 6 DPS, and he didn't switch, there wouldn't have been a ban, I think. I think the only reason the ban happened was because he was Torbjorn, and like Torbjorn.
Well, I imagine one tricking Torbjorn, you accrue a lot more reports than
attract a lot
one
more
tricking a
attention.
DPS character, you know?
Yeah, if you one trick something like, you know, Genji and you refuse to switch off, you're gonna attract a lot less reports than if you're, you know, one tricking like Torbjorn.
No, because your team will complain for 5 minutes and then you'll get like a 4-man blade and then no one's gonna say anything after that.
But you can get a 6-man, you know, kill with, you know, Torbjorn with his rivet gun, and then your team is not gonna know how to follow up because they're going to be so salty they don't even want to play the game anymore, and then they're going to take the point and they're going to say, dude, we lost that because of the Torbjorn. And they're going to all report the Torbjorn. They're going to tell the enemy team to report the Torbjorn, and the enemy team's not going to know what's going on. They're just going to think, oh, he was Torbjorn, dude. So
yeah.
Probably some of them are going to report him.
This season I have a 25% win rate in games where I queue into a Torbjorn one trick.
Yeah.
I've won 1 and lost 3, so I mean, like, you know, insta report right here, but
yeah. Like, Torbjorn isn't that good of a hero, but, like, I don't think you should ban one tricks, because, like...
No. The reason I banned him was because, he was reportedly slightly toxic, and, like, he had been playing Reinhardt. He'd been, like, working on playing Reinhardt along with Torb, right? And then one day, his team was like, yo, this is attack, and we need a Reinhardt, and your Torb, it just isn't working on. Like, I'm not gonna say that you're a bad player, it's just not working on. He said, no, you're dumb, I'm gonna play Torb, and I feel like that was why he was banned. But I'm not sure.
Yeah, well, it was the Reddit commotion, too. I mean, like,
Yeah,
when he got banned, and then that team was like, hey, you know what, we got this guy on tape, exposed 420 right here, you know, and, like, they posted it on Reddit, and, like, everyone knows what happens when something gets posted on Reddit. It literally just, like, 900 IQ Reddit users are like, I am very smart, I want this person banned, Blizzard, hashtag game broke, please fix. And
whatever Reddit says is considered, sorry, I have autism, fact at this point, and, I mean, at the same point, you can't really blame Blizzard if you have a community of 900 IQ players telling you, I think it's wrong, you should ban him. Like, they kind of have to go with it, because, like, otherwise they're going to have tons of backlash. And, like, because here's the thing, right? I think they should change Mercy, but, like, if they don't, it's ultimately up to them. Like, if their game designers have something like, oh, we're not changing Mercy because of this, and if we changed her, then some of these players would be too good, right? Like, I guess that's fine. I think just in general, they should try and stay as quiet as possible about balancing. And just, you know, listen to the community, but not to the point where, like, if the community says, hey, I think we should make Roadhog's hook go around 20 different corners, and then if he hits someone with it, it insta kills them and he gets his hook back. Because like if everyone said that on Reddit and it got like 9 million upvotes, like Blizzard would it wouldn't be out of the question Blizzard would do it.
Yeah, I mean, Blizzard tends to please their community. For example, when everyone was asking for Mercy nerfs, they said we're actually gonna make her a must pick. So they tend to
Yeah.
listen to their community really well. Anyway, I'm gonna bring in Condom Man. Hopefully, he has a question now. Hello.
Shut up.
G'day.
G'day.
Hi.
We got a follower,
Hi.
by the way. Shout out to the follower. You're a legend. You didn't
Shout
get
out
a
to
you
the
didn't get an
follower.
alert because I haven't added the alert thing. Hold on, let me add it really fast.
Okay.
I'm sorry about that. A person who followed, whoever you are, please tell me in chat that you followed and you didn't get an alert, and I will yeah.
Thank you personally.
I'll thank you personally. I'll give you a kiss on the cheek.
Gee.
I'll give you a little handy. So
No.
Condiment Man, what do you have any
Yeah.
questions for us?
So I'm just asking, do any of you play PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds?
I
Yeah.
mean, I do. I
A
mean,
little bit. Like, I mean, I hate the game, but I play it
Yeah,
because
same.
I play
Right,
Overwatch and like same love-hate relationship. But like,
What about it?
So
I've never played. The only game I've kind of played in the Battle Royale formula is Fortnite, and I played about 2 games because
Right.
Rocky wanted me to play, but then he left and he never wanted to play Fortnite again. So just sitting on my computer doing nothing.
right. Well, I was just wondering, what do you guys think of the new update? If you've played it already,
I haven't
it's
played
12
it.
gigs, and I didn't download it because it's 12 gigs.
that is
But no, I'm gonna download it soon. I heard they added the new map and a
Yeah.
ton of optimization for the new map. I've actually heard that the new map runs like 60 times better than the original map, so that's
It
kind of
does.
hype. It'd be
Does.
cool to
It's
play
been
the game
like-
without like 20 FPS.
Yeah.
Nice, dude.
Just-
I'm gonna
just
check
the
that out.
service have been a
I'm
bit
gonna check that
dodgy.
out soon. We should do a PUBG stream soon here. Let's get a
Hell yeah,
4-stack
dude.
going, dude.
Well, I got a week and a half to get masters, so
You're not gonna get masters until you deserve it, man. You gotta like
I
be
believe
better at the
in the
game first.
Masters.
hey man.
Well, how much is PUBG on sale or something? Because I don't know if I
Sale?
want to buy the game for 30 sale. Sorry, Rocky. Because like I don't know if I would pay like $30 for the game.
It's $30.
To be honest
I
with
mean,
you,
it's not that bad.
Yeah.
I mean, 30.
It's,
I mean,
like,
compared to like
for
a
what you
AAA
get.
game, that's bad. I mean,
It's technically $40 for me. So
well, that's
Yeah,
because
same
like you
as
live
in
in
Canada.
okay, I want to hear this joke. Come on, come on.
We're good.
Do
We're
it.
good. We're good.
Do it.
Rattlesnake
Okay.
kangaroo land? No.
Yeah.
But realistically though, I mean your dollar is worth about the same as mine, and like ours is price fixed a little bit more to the American dollar when it comes to game pricing, and I think I paid like $35 for PUBG Canadian.
Oh, right. Yeah, makes sense.
well,
Yeah.
what do you mean it's dollars? I thought you used kangaroos over there. Do you not just trade kangaroos?
No, we don't. We can't do that. No,
Oh,
Why not?
That's probably illegal.
it's yeah. Probably
I mean,
is.
personally, I would pay 10 kangaroos for PUBG.
I'd pay 9. I'd pay 9. I'm not going any higher.
They are everywhere though. I have
8.5.
So hold up. Quick question for you. I know technically you're supposed to ask the questions. How
Yeah.
many close encounters of dying have you had? Because like Australia is just like the human like Mad Max. Like that's the real life Mad Max.
Not really one.
He doesn't live in the outback, dude. He's
do,
not like
but
living in a hut in the
I've had a
desert.
few encounters with some snakes and some spiders, but not really. They're not
Okay.
that bad. You can just kill them. Not that bad.
Well, I mean they're
Pumpkins
poisonous.
are annoying. A few of them are, but yeah. I've been.
Do you know an episode of Peppa the Pig was banned in Australia because it talked about like spiders and that you shouldn't be afraid of them? But like in Australia, almost every spider is poisonous, so it's like
Yeah.
the Australian government is like, yes, you should be very afraid of them.
Well, yeah. But, like,
But that's
some
common
kinds-
sense, right?
But
Yeah.
there are huge ones though. Like huntsmans are so annoying to deal with when they're huge.
A friend of
Like,
mine, he did a lot of traveling, and when he came back from Australia, he had a picture of like a spider the size of like a dinner plate.
Nice.
Yes, I have had to deal with one of those.
How's the
That's,
internet over there in Australia, by the way? Because
Trash.
okay,
Trash.
have you ever considered getting out of Australia, trying to join the actual world, or do you just want to live there?
Dude, I'd live in Australia.
Same.
Well, I'm a student, so I can't really go anywhere at this point. So.
All right, enough
Okay.
questions to our non-guest here. I'll DM you later.
Well, actually, I got one
about
more
some
question for Condiment Man
Okay,
here.
go ahead.
want to know what your opinion is on one-tricking.
Yeah, he's gonna be the next guest on the next podcast. So we're gonna save
Honestly,
that for later.
he'd be a
Hold
decent
on.
guest, dude.
Hey, I just wanted to
It's-
tell you, hey, shh, you're not on the show.
Alright.
All right, you can answer that question on the next podcast. How does next Thursday 8 Eastern work for you?
Wow, dude, you're like taking up a runtime of my podcast trying to interview him.
So that's on the 30th for me. So that's a Friday. The
Nice.
same time.
Same time as today, 8 Eastern.
Probably fine.
Okay.
All right.
All right. We'll see. I'll talk to you closer to that point.
The suspense is
See
going to
you
be
in the next
real.
episode. I'm gonna throw you back in the lobby. You have a good day, sir.
Wow.
Thank you for coming on.
I don't know.
No problem.
I don't-
Dude, I'm never coming back to the podcast ever after this, dude.
Well, I mean,
so disrespectful.
you're a one-time guest. I mean, honestly, like nobody
I'm a
cares.
one-time guest.
I mean, anyway, we're moving on. So, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
What would you rate Janal?
I mean, I've never seen Janelle in real life.
No. You just have to
So,
rate her. Like, it doesn't matter what you're using. Just rate her 1 through 10. Just like, go for it.
personality-wise, gonna have to give her probably a 6.
All right. What about playing Overwatch wise, like the ability to play Overwatch?
She played Mercy on your team, right?
Yeah, she kind of plays like a flex support role, you know.
I didn't watch too much, but from what I could tell, she could click left mouse on her button fine. I feel like she wasn't playing with like the switch like
An Apple
Joy-Cons.
Magic Mouse.
Yeah, I couldn't tell she was playing with like a Wiimote, right? So that's a good sign.
Nice. All right, that's cool. Do we have any questions that you wrote down, my friend?
Can we talk about the? Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
What? You want to talk about the PTR patch?
Yeah, I want to talk about the PTR patch because
Okay.
like there's some things that are changing, right? And like some of them, I'm still waiting to see if they're actually going to get put into the game. But the big thing that I really want to talk about is the jump changes and like characters that have extra mobility on the new patch while they're in the air, such as like Winston and like arguably like Farah and Mercy, who are usually airborne characters. Junkrat, just being able to maneuver in such a way while falling that they can actually land on heroes at a much higher accuracy. Now, I mean, for certain heroes like Winston, obvious boon, because I mean, it takes a lot of skill to be able to pull off those XQC level dives where you can just jump without even like thinking and like land on the target that you were planning on like pinning. Oh my god,
Rough,
the
rough.
dogs.
Dude, this is a
Rough, rough.
professional podcast, by the way.
Yeah.
Subscribe, please. Donate. Don't donate to this podcast. I'm gonna probably set up a tip jar on my channel. So
Yeah,
just go to my channel and give me money.
Stop racketeering. Anyways, yeah, so I mean like, but think about like the fact that Junkrat is already like pretty broken as he is, and like giving him this extra mobility as one of those other characters who's always going to be in the air.
Yeah.
Is that maybe a bit too much? Like, did they maybe overstep a little bit with like some of the heroes that are going to take advantage of this?
So,
I don't
like,
play-
are they making them better? Like, they're actually just
Okay,
making
so,
them better? Because people
like-
complain about Junkrat like hardcore already, so.
Yeah, this is the thing. Like any hero that has like upward mobility, like generally gets air, and like while falling, like it makes you more mobile, like horizontally, to be able to land on a target as those heroes that are mobile in the air. So like Junkrat, Winston, Genji, like Mercy, Farah, any hero that is going to be in the air will be able to like land in the spot they want to land easier now.
Nice, yeah. Okay.
Like there's some video footage that I saw of Winston just jumping around in the practice range, and it's actually nutty the kind of places he can end up jumping from like really awkward locations.
I haven't played the PTR. I'm just looking up like a video of like Winston gonna jump quick, see if I can find something.
I'm gonna play it right now. I'm gonna test it out.
Because like Winston's jump previously was like a pretty standard arc, like going left or right in the air wasn't very easy. I mean, like you could do it to a certain extent, but it was never really like a, oh, I'm gonna jump and pounce and land on this guy like 20 feet to the left because I didn't jump the right way. Like you had to be really good with those like dives, right? And I mean, like some Winston players took the time to like learn these skills and capitalize on that fact, and they're just making it straight up easier. Which, I mean, like I said, it takes away a little bit in my mind from some of the heroes that did require that extra little bit of skill to get better at, like Winston.
Yeah.
But then there's also the heroes like Junkrat, which, I mean, like, does Junkrat really need to be able to, like, have more mobility while he's in the air and like literally just like land on a target, like one shot mine them and they're gone. Because now you can literally use your first mine to get in the air, and then your second mine is like an insta kill. Mind you, he's not a dive character, so sometimes it's probably not the safest thing to do. But I think any boost to Junkrat at this point is probably not good.
Yeah, definitely.
Uh,
I'm trying it right now. It's definitely interesting.
And I mean, like, Pharah's going to be more mobile too in the air. I mean, she's clearly like one of the most upwardly mobile characters in the game, and I can't see that not changing Mercy. Although Mercy's like fall rate, like where she generally falls pretty slow to begin with, and her Guardian Angel kind of like already gives her that like increased mobility that other characters don't have, so it might not affect her too much. But I mean, like, I don't know, Genji blades, you dash up, you blade. Sometimes you want to land behind the wall. I don't know.
I don't know. It doesn't look too bad from what I'm seeing, to be fair with you. But I don't usually play the BTR, because I'm too lazy to download it.
Well, it seems like one of those things that Blizzard's changing that will end up in game.
Yeah,
So, I mean,
it
expect
will.
to see that soon, but
I expect to see it very soon. I don't know. I feel like it's not that big of a change to make too much huff about. I'll just have to wait and see. I don't know. I don't want to be like, oh, I hate it already. Like while I like haven't played it. So I'll just wait.
I feel like it's gonna make
I'll probably
worse
complain about it.
Winstons better, and then like Junkrat one tricks just want to play Junkrat more. Like I feel like that's what this patch is going to accomplish.
To be fair, I don't get too upset at Junkrat right now. Kind of unpopular opinion. I don't think Junkrat's in that
Yeah,
like
I don't think
good
so
of a
either.
place. Like he's in a very good place right now. I'm saying, but like,
He's broken.
I'm not saying like, oh, they need to remove some things from him.
No,
Probably.
I don't think he's broken.
A lot of people think he's
Yeah.
broken and that he's like him and Mercy need to be destroyed right now. So that's why yeah. I don't know if I agree with that. I think Mercy
I
needs
think
to
what
be
they
destroyed
should probably do.
and not Junkrat, but I don't know.
I think what they should probably do is maybe tone down a little bit of the damage on the mines. No. But other than that, I think he's just.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where like it's the same deal as the res. Like if they start to like nerf the damage on Junkrat, they're gonna start to like damage the integrity of his core identity, I guess, or is like that's probably what the Blizzard's
they don't wanna-
developers
they
would
don't
say.
wanna
They'd
mess
be like,
with his
oh, no,
identity, dude.
like he's supposed to blow things up, and if he
He
can't blow things up
identifies
as
as
good,
a human
then
mine.
it was a human bomb.
Yeah, he's a human bomb. He identifies with that. And Overwatch is very diverse, so they want to let him identify as whatever he wants to be.
But at the end of the day, I mean, like I don't know, like we'll have to wait and see what the patch
Plays
does.
around him.
I definitely think if I was a Winston main right now, I'd be a pretty happy dude, just knowing that my character is going to get slightly easier to play properly. And like,
Yeah.
if I was a Junkrat main, I mean, like, I don't know if I could fully. I don't actually think it's going to matter as much as I'm thinking of right now, but
No.
it's going to make him more of a.
You're putting more
More of a
emphasis
viable
on the whole
character.
thing of Junkrat jumping, when really Junkrat doesn't even do that. His mines are just there to, like, throw, and then it's got a big radius. It's like, oh, I can't hit this tracer running around me. Let me just throw a mine in her general direction and right-click.
But consider a situation where you use one mine to jump over the enemy team, and then you use the other mine and a bomb to like take out a support, and then like you just rush into their tanks and die, and then your death bombs do a bunch. I don't know. Like all I'm saying is like it might change his playstyle a little bit, but I doubt it. It just might make him more accurate. That's all I'm saying.
Because I don't
But-
think he's very great on offense, but like on defense on Anubis, like you completely eliminate the left flank or the big health pack flank. So basically it just like stops people from entering. Right? If you have a Junkrat in that spot, and then you have a shield tank, if they try and go through there, they're dead. That's like it's a pretty
Yeah.
good spot to push if you're trying to attack. But like with Forside, like I always say, like if they do have a Junkrat, guys, like we cannot push left. But if they don't have a Junkrat, let's push left. Because you just have to. He can spam in there. He can really mosh pit. Otherwise, if he doesn't have a big mosh pit to do stuff with, he's not that great.
No, I guess. I mean, you need that like tight corridor areas, which I mean, at that point, you're not taking advantage of like the upward mobility as much, anyways. But it just might make him a little bit more playable in an open field.
Yeah.
A Junkrat on an open field. Whoa. Anyways. Regardless, I think the Pharah mains and the Winston mains are looking at this update and going, this could be a good thing. And like, most of the other heroes are just like, that might help me play a little bit better, but for the most part, isn't going to affect me a great deal.
Yeah. I don't know. I thought air control was fine before. I don't know.
Yeah. It didn't seem like one of the jankier mechanics that Blizzard needed to work on, but clearly they wanted to devote some sort of like development resource to changing it. So I mean, maybe they thought it was a problem and we just didn't realize. I don't know.
Because like in TF2, you kind of had limited air control except for like strafing, which is basically you get up in the air and you'd either hit A or D. You wouldn't want to hit W or S, and then you'd basically turn your mouse with the strafe key you're using, and then you could get some good mobility. But otherwise, you couldn't really control yourself as much as like Genji can, right?
Yeah.
Like Genji can jump
Double
up in the air. He can go like left and right really quick, and then he can jump again and do left and right, and then he can dash through you, and it's like, oh my god.
Yeah. No, there are some characters in Overwatch whose physics cannot be explained.
No. Like
Yeah.
that's why it's very impressive when you sleep a Genji. Most of the time, if you are playing Ana and you want to go for that sleep, you have one window of opportunity, and that's when he's pulling out his Dragon Blade. Because for that window of time, he can't use any of his abilities like dash or deflect. So you just want to hit him then. Otherwise, usually, if Genji's just diving me and he doesn't have any ult, I usually try and bait out his slash, and then I just turn around quick and get him. Otherwise, usually I'll try and pull out the sleeper, his slash through me, and I miss the shot, and then I'm dead.
Yeah, I don't know. I think the more important thing that Blizzard needs to work on right now is Mercy. Basically, like, remove her from the video game in general. Or just remove her
Yes,
as-
please.
It's just, I don't know, it's just such a bad hero, Like,
She's not fun.
As
I
much
like
as I disagree, I also understand the argument and do
Yeah.
agree to a certain extent that it
Why do you
might
want
not
her
be the
still?
best.
why even do you want her?
I like
yeah,
playing Mercy.
why do you like her? You like her?
I like playing Mercy.
Why?
She's a fun and balanced character, okay? And this is a fun and balanced video game that everybody enjoys, and like she's been there since vanilla, and it's hard to deny her her likability.
I mean, she is pretty hot.
Yeah.
I agree with that one. Anyway.
We got another topic here.
Yeah.
Because I
No,
don't want to call
well-
I don't want to call Sav an idiot for liking Mercy, but Sav, you're an idiot for liking Mercy, frankly.
Dude, says the Mercy main.
I mean, yeah, you're our Mercy man.
Don't you ever say that to me again.
But it's true.
Don't you ever bring
Hey,
that up to me again.
Hey, come on, bro. Come on.
Who has been dragging Janelle into the lobby back and forth, by the way?
I'm not doing that right now. What are you talking about?
Are you trying to get your e-grill to do stuff?
Here we go.
Welcome back, Junal. Okay, goodbye, Junal.
She's gone.
Welcome back, Junal.
Welcome back. Janelle, you got a question for us?
I was sitting so long in the lobby, I actually forgot. Let me bullshit one real quick.
Okay. Well, you
Seems
asked in
fair.
chat, like specifically just Doomfist fixes, even if they didn't actually say Doomfist, was a side effect of fixing other mobility stuff. I'm pretty sure. Okay, that's pretty cool. Janelle, what's your opinion on grill streamers? You know, the ones who flaunt their stuff. What do you think?
What do you think?
I like titties. It's okay. They
Okay.
can do like, I mean, it's the people falling for it that make it work. So if it didn't
Well, like-
work, they wouldn't do.
Why don't you just go on like, I don't know, Pornhub? What's stopping you from just going to Pornhub and watching? Like, wouldn't that be
Well,
better though?
It comes down to how much you're willing to show, and sometimes they're not willing to show a lot, just enough.
Okay.
You can tell based on the bit rate of like your voice right now, like how bad the internet is in Texas. Do you want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, sure. Let's talk about how much I'm paying for internet and then how little internet I get.
Okay.
It's because I'm so rural that, I mean,
Rural.
shut up. It's hard to say that word. Rural. I'm out
Tell
in
us
the
you from
fucking
Texas.
country.
I don't know if you, dude.
You can tell I'm from the country.
Shut up! I'm leaving.
What?
Dude, you just kicked me for toxicity.
All right, so you know what, guys? Like, we're encroaching on an hour here, and
The podcast's over. See you
Yeah,
next time when we
th-
interview
thanks for
Condom
joining
Man.
us.
Don't end it
Thanks
so
for,
soon.
Thanks
Hold
for
up.
joining us, CJ. You got anything else to say, CJ, before we end the podcast?
I wanted to thank everyone for coming, and also I just
all right, cool.
All right.
So that was a good time, you know.
that-
Like,
this
join
is,
us this time next week.
When memes become dreams, an Overwatch podcast. If you have any feedback, you have feedback. Congratulations. That's about it.
Yeah,
See you in
Seems
the
fair.
Nexus, kids.
have a good one.